today I had the privilege of serving people, people who are in need. Yeah, this is the other side of America. This was not in my mind at all. As a Kenyan immigrant to USA, before I came to this country, I didn't have this notion at all of how things could be on the ground in America. I had this fantasy idea of how America looks like, of maybe, the dream idea, all that I had. I mean, I would never have thought that I could encounter a homeless person. I could encounter a person who is hungry, who need to be fed. I could encounter a person who is in need of support. This notion was not in my mind. And I want to tell you that things can be very, very different from what our minds can even think of, And so I know majority of us, especially if you live in Africa or you are, an immigrant to a foreign country like USA, before you landed to that country, probably you had all this idea of how things are, but the moment you get there, you realize things are not exactly as you had thought. And that happened to me, because I would not have imagined myself. There's this old notion that we have of, especially let me talk about America because that is where I am, USA. We had all this notion that once you land here, things are going to go very smooth, no hassling. Yeah. Like money can just be found so easily. Actually, we make it like a joke, but we used to think that you can pretty much get money on your way, like everywhere you go, money, but that is very, very different. Things on the ground can be very different. Hello, and welcome to Wanjiro Visha USA YouTube channel. This is Wanjiro Visha, your platform number one. Yes, inspiring with knowledge, and we say the right knowledge. Like, comment, comment and like, subscribe to this channel. If you have not subscribed, I encourage you highly to subscribe to this channel, and hit that notification bell so that every time I upload a new video, you will be among the first one to know. Even in USA, you have really to work hard. You have to work hard. You have to sometimes work extra hours. If you don't have a very high paying job that you can work, within the day time frame, maybe let's say from 8 to 4 p.m. or talk about 9 a.m. to 5 p.m., and you are relying on, jobs where you will get, like the minimum wage salary, I'm telling you, when we are talking about the minimum wage salary, we are talking about, for a very long period of time, people have been paid in an hour $12. And I'm telling you from my own experience and what I have witnessed and experienced in this life. Some people think, oh, you are being paid hourly, and you might think, oh, you guys, you make a lot of money. But life in America is also very expensive. One, let's start by talking about housing. For you to have just a comfortable house, where majority of the people, they take a bank loan. In other words, the bank owns the house, and so you buy the house from the bank, and you will be paying the loan to the bank. So in other words, the house is not yours, and you're told about 30 years the house is not yours. You will be paying every month this amount of money, and it is not few dollars. So to maintain yourself to be able to pay for that house, you require to work hard. You require to accumulate a good amount of dollars to be able to pay for your housing, to be able to pay for other bills. We are talking of phone bills, we are talking of internet bills, we are talking of so many other small bills. That alone, we have not talked about food. We've not talked about gasoline if you have a car, which majority is always a necessity to have a car here. You can take a bus, but majority, a car here is not even a luxury per se. It might be a luxury for those people who are able to buy big cars, yeah. But if it is just a normal ordinary car, we are talking of you being able to pay for all these bills. So to be able to work and accumulate the amount of money to pay for all these bills, with the minimum wage, one job may not be enough. Guys, we are talking of work 2 to 3 jobs. And so you find that even having time for your own self is limited. Having time for your own family, most of the time, is limited. And, yesterday was Mother's Day. I know you might be wondering why I'm wearing this fancy hat. So this hat, I wore it yesterday during Mother's Day, where I volunteered together with other lovely ladies, mothers, to go and serve in a rescue mission. Yeah.
Anybody gonna smile? Anybody gonna say something?
Hello. Here for a mission. Come on. In the bottom.
You good?
So we're going to church. So you can
Good. These ladies are awesome. They're doing a great job.
That's awesome.
You're off your back, right? Oh, look.
That was my first experience as an immigrant, to go and serve in a rescue mission, to serve needy people, to serve vulnerable people, to serve people whom their hope is that rescue mission. Like if they don't show up there for a meal, they're gonna spend hungry. They are homeless people. Some of them live outside. They don't have a home. Why? Because maybe due to circumstances, they were not able to pay for their homes, and so the bank took it over. So they found themselves homeless. There are people who sleep maybe in a tent somewhere outside, even when the weather is too harsh. Do you see the reality? And I had an opportunity yesterday during Mother's Day to go and serve these people. But what really cheered my heart in this whole, activity of giving back to the society and giving my time, not really giving so much, but giving my time to go out there to put a smile on someone's face, is that when those people came in to receive their plate of food, you could just tell how their faces were brightening up. They had all this hope. And they were so grateful. They were like, thank you so much. Thank you. Happy Mother's Day. Thank you, ladies, for coming to serve. Thank you for, and you could just tell the smile on their face. And this is all about giving hope to the hopeless. And who can think that in America we have needy cases, we have vulnerable cases? You know, especially for me being an immigrant, I had all this notion about America, but when I landed here, things are very, very different. We got people who are in need. And, you know, the government has tried to put systems to support, you know, people, like giving them even a plate of food. But the reality is that we have these people who are not able to pay for their mortgages, you know, housing. And so they find themselves outside. They find themselves living in the tent, you know, and their only hope is the rescue missions. And I think what cheered me up is to just see them happy, just to put a smile on these people's face, just to give them hope. And I just came to realize this world, can we talk of a place where we don't have needs? Really? No. America, any other, even the, you know, the so-called first world countries like America, you know, European countries, people have needs. There are people who got needs. There are vulnerable cases. People who depend on other people to help them, to support them, on the government to support them. We have all these needs. And I think that was a wake-up call for me. I felt more called, you know, to serve in this kind of situation. If I can be able to put a smile on a person's face by just showing up and volunteering in preparing their meals, serving them, and when they come in and they find you there, you give them a smile, they're so happy. It's like you have made their whole world. I mean, this is what the world is all about. It's about giving hope to the hopeless. Lesson of the whole activity is that we all got a light that we carry within us. And you can illuminate to a soul out there that is in need of your light. Yeah? Light your candle. Everywhere you go, light your candle. And with my lovely ladies from Greater Albany SDA Church, light our candles and give a smile to people who had no hope. For watching. Again, like the video and leave your comment. Thank you, lovely people. Till the next video.